This is the Rawl of the Dead podcast with your host, Rawl of the Dead.
We got Lindsay here from Fox Blood.
Hi.
Hi, Lindsay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to talk to you.
Thanks for doing this.
I'm a big fan of your show.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody's listening to the show.
I am.
I've never been to your shop. I know I remember I got an invite, I think through Instagram or something, to come to your soft opening.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go, but it looked like it was great. How was that opening here?
You know, in 2020, we opened our very first storefront, and it was this little tiny spot in downtown LA.
Oh,
and
okay.
then, you know, the pandemic happened, and it was almost like a blessing and curse that it just allowed us to shut that down and really focus on growth. And I'm like so stoked to say that we have a shop on Melrose Avenue now.
Yeah,
so
this
we've
is
been
great.
open a year now, and it's just such a fabulous location. The energy is so good. We're all so happy here. So
I used to come to Melrose all the time in the early 90s. There was a lot of shops here, record shops,
Yeah.
and then we'd go to Hollywood after that.
it's like my personal mission to make Melrose spooky and cool again.
It has to be. It's got to be.
It's headed there. It's headed there.
Yeah, because there's like all these other pop-up places like in Burbank. There's like a few of them there, but they got to be spread out a little bit more.
There was definitely like a lot of talk to put us in Burbank in that whole like area of
The
Halloween
Magnolia
and
area?
stuff, but my aesthetic and the brand is so deep rooted in like Hollywood and rock and roll. It just felt right to put it on Melrose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to get into a little history. Like, did you grow up here in LA?
I didn't. I'm from New York. I've been here about 11 years now. I came here to really pursue fashion.
Oh, okay.
I was solely convinced that I was going to dress and design for stage wear for rock stars. And I did that for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And I was starving because there's no money in that. And it really was hard to do. But then after I was dressing these musicians, their fans would come up to me and be like, oh, I want what they were wearing. And it was such a more genuine interaction dressing real people, you know, quote unquote real people, that I was like, man, maybe this is it. Like maybe I'm actually meant to do like commercial. And that's how it just kind of grew from there.
Is it because like the musicians, rock stars, is it because
They don't want to pay.
They don't want to
They
pay
don't
it,
wanna
and they
pay.
also, I don't know, did they have like their own thing that they want to do?
Not necessarily that. Everybody wants free stuff, you know, and it is very fulfilling
That's
to
true.
see your stuff on stage. Like, I'm not going to pretend like it's not. It's very cool to see, but you know, it's very hard to hand make clothing and design stuff like that, and to not be compensated was very difficult, and a pretty naive thing of me to think that I was going to make this huge career out of it moving to LA, you know.
Was that stuff you were doing in New York when you're still there?
Yeah, I mean, I was always like hand making, designing on Etsy, like anything I could. Like I'm totally self-taught. I never went to college. So
Okay.
this has really just been this project that I've worked on for my entire adult life.
So I was going to ask you if you went to college for fashion or
No,
anything.
I'm
Okay.
completely self-taught. No business, nothing.
Nothing, just
I just knew I wanted to work for myself, and I wanted to design for myself, and I wanted to build something that had this cool female-driven community around it.
Did you, when you were in New York growing up, is that what you wanted to do as a young person?
And I knew I always wanted to work in fashion. Like, I was gifted a sewing machine at 13 that I begged for. And
Oh, okay.
I always was like making clothes and selling them on LiveJournal. You know what I mean? Like, people would send me checks in the mail, and I would send things out to them. So this is something
What's
I've always
LiveJournal?
done.
Is that like
Come on, you don't remember LiveJournal?
No.
Come on, you're around my age. Okay, I know the
You'd be
girly pops
surprised
out
how
there.
old I am.
It was just this, like, it was before Facebook, it was before all of that, where we would just
Okay.
like type out our daily things and
I
share
don't
photos.
remember
It was
that.
just like, it was
But that's what started it.
OG social media. Yeah.
Wow. I only remember like MySpace, and there was a one before that called Friendster.
Yeah. And even before that was
It was
LiveJournal.
before that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Kid of the
I was already
millennial here.
old when I got into MySpace.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The millennials were on our computers doing whatever we could to talk to each other across the world.
Yeah, I remember there used to be like a chat. What was it called? I forgot what the like, if it's based around like a rock star or a musician or a band, they had this other kind of like a chat room where you can go. I forgot what they called it though, but that's the only thing I kind of remember.
AOL chat rooms. Those were a thing too.
Yeah, I never had AOL, but there was something else. It was like some board. It's called like a chat board or something. It's pretty much kind of like what people are doing now.
Yeah.
It was just an early version of it.
Yeah. So that's how I've always just been like hand making and designing, and you know, my family, no one in my family even went to college. So when I said I wanted to study fashion, I kind of got discouraged, to be honest with you. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, everybody was really intimidated with the fact that I wanted to go to college, and it was kind of not even an option necessarily. So it was very much grassroots to get here. And like, I laugh now. My mom, you know, I'm like, Mom, you told me like not to go to college. And she's like, I think about that all the time too, Lindsay. I know, you know, so.
She wanted the best for you. What did they want you to do?
They didn't, you know,
Just go to
like hair
college for whatever
school.
thing.
No, like no one wanted even pursued me to go to college because there was no money. We had no money for something like that.
yeah,
None of them went to college, you know. It was just like this kind of, you know, thing that was scary up in the universe.
What did they grow up? Did they have a business?
Like
as
my
well?
dad is an artist. He's a painter.
Okay.
I say that lightly, you know.
Yeah.
He's a painter, and my mom was like, doing odd jobs, whatever she could, secretary, like she was doing nails, like things like that, like really humble beginnings in New York.
Yeah, totally.
So it's really interesting that this is where I ended up.
And yeah, what made you want to come to LA? Like, what was the thing that made you want to come here?
I think it was just time. At the time, actually, when I made the decision to move to LA, I was living in Columbus, Ohio, actually, which I loved. And I say my years in Columbus, Ohio taught me how to be a good person. Taught me to do what I say I'm going to do. Taught me how to be polite. You know, just like really great developing years. I was there. I was working as a body piercer, which was incredible. I was still in the aesthetic range, you know, and hand making clothes and all these things. And then it just came to a point where I was like, I can't take this any further here. Mm-hmm. And I was in love with the LA fashion district. I was in love with the weather here and of course the rock stars. So it was just time to pack it up. And my first apartment was in Koreatown. It was $875 and I thought that was the most money in the entire world, you know? So it's so funny to think about now.
Well, like Koreatown's like expensive now.
Everywhere is expensive now. Like
everywhere.
Everyone
true.
laughs when I say, I was like, your apartment was $875. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My apartment in 1998 condo, $600.
Amazing. Incredible. Remember that?
$600. And then I was going to buy another condo in that same complex because I think they were selling it and it was only $90,000.
Amazing.
And I was like, we should buy it. All I had was a hole in the ceiling. I told my mom, come on, let's go in on it. I always think about that. I go, I could have been like owning houses.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I could have.
Yeah.
Because it was so cheap back then.
Yeah.
Now forget it. Everything's like in the millions here.
Yeah.
And you were telling me earlier that you live not too far from your shop.
Yeah. It's like I came here and I lived in Koreatown and I was just working my way up, spending time on Melrose, seeing the fashion here, seeing the kids, trying to be inspired. And my heart always just like drew me to Melrose. And I was downtown for a really long time, you know, before 2020. And I thought I was going to be downtown till I die. And man, downtown got so ugly in 2020. I was like so scared. And I was like, okay, it's time to really, you know, see the rest of LA. And I never thought I'd be this happy living in Hollywood. It rules. I love it over here.
That's
I love
great.
being central. I love that there's just so many people that come to Hollywood. I love that the visitors come. They go to horror nights. Like, it's great.
So you get foot traffic coming through.
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. Yeah, we have lots of tourists coming in, which I love because I love being a tourist destination. I love that people can come from the Midwest and try on a dress in their size. They know that they can come in here and get something that will fit them. Like, being inclusive is one of the coolest feelings ever of owning a store.
I was just funny. I was just watching an episode of I Love Lucy right before I got here, and it had to do with them buying a store.
Yeah.
With like similar, like the lady was selling it to them, and I guess they didn't make money off of it, but they were trying to like sell dresses, stuff for women. You know what I mean? And I was like, it was just a weird parallel because when I came in here, it kind of reminded me of that because like it's like a nice shop. You know what I mean? And then what I like is your logo. You can really see it outside. Yeah. And that's what stood out to me because your logo has like a certain aesthetic to it. Yeah. That you can really, it pops. It's not something I'm looking for. You can absolutely see it. Yeah. And so that made it easier for me to find because some of the places I go to, it's hard to find the address and whatever the place is. You can't, sometimes you can't see it. You pass it up. I'm like, I don't know where it's at.
I mean, a lot of thought went into the logo and the name and the aesthetic and all those things. You want to be able to say it really clearly. You want to be able to read it. You want to be able to spell it, you know? So I think that goes into a lot of issues where you're like, I can't even read it or what's happening.
Yeah, you want to make it simple for people. And then so in 2020, that's kind of when this whole thing started, because you opened up a small shop there.
I did. Well, in 2018, the brand actually started, even though I've been sewing and selling my whole life. But Foxblood was established in 2018.
Okay.
And then, it just kept growing. In 2020, we had that little store and we closed it, but we opened a bigger office or warehouse and just kept growing. We were like sending orders ourselves from there and just kept going. We had to keep upgrading our office like every 6 months. Thank goodness in the building, they were like easy about that. They just kept like getting us bigger and bigger spaces. And then finally, it's just the change in business and the way things kept moving and shaking. And here we are now. We own a warehouse in Echo Park, so that's where all the shipping goes out. And we have a full team of women there, which is cool. And 3 men. Shout out to the 3 guys that are lifting the heavy boxes. But, it's really great.
Yeah, I come from the warehouse industry, because that's kind of, I've been working warehouses either at Roland or Fox and even at Blackcraft. So that's like all the, I have like,
it's really hard to do.
I know what it's like. Yeah,
it's very hard to do.
Not
it's very
glamorous
difficult.
for sure.
Yeah.
But having the shop here it's huge. It's really nice, and you carry a lot of different small brands, correct?
Yeah, a couple small brands. I love supporting independent women brands like Seance Perfumes from Burbank. She's like an incredible perfumer. We have a couple collabs with her. Or like our darling Angie, who does all of these cosmetics based around Victorian mourning. Like, I love her brand. I love talking about her brand and supporting her brand. And then this other girl reached out to me on Instagram. She's like, I'm launching this goth pimple patch brand called Banished, and would you like to carry it? And I was like, yes, girl, like, you're onto something. So
that's great.
I love lifting up other women, because I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning either. So if I can help somebody kind of get to that next level on my own, because it's hard to, like, no offense, take business advice from men. Like, it's really hard for us as women to like listen to a mansplain. So if I can help another woman along the way, I like absolutely will take that opportunity.
No, totally.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Were you working anywhere prior to opening up a shop? Like, you had a normal 9-to-5 job?
I definitely had a couple 9-to-5 jobs in like 2017, when I got here in 2014. And then I was working as like a receptionist at a hair salon. Like, I was a body piercer, but I was really trying not to do that in LA, because once you get into it, it's like it's really hard to stop. So I was trying not to even like make a clientele or anything like that. So I was doing anything I could really to like get by. I also for a moment worked at lip service, and that was like so aspirational to be able to work into lip service. I was only there for like 6 months, and then unfortunately the owner Drew passed and I left. And once that lip service kind of dissolved, it was this big hole in Hollywood fashion. And I was like, it was so like, I'm so stoked. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fill this hole too and build this community. So
that's cool. You're able to see something like that. Yeah. Where like this needs to happen, because it's not, you're seeing something missing. Yeah. And you're providing something for that.
Yeah. It wasn't even like a market value. Like, this is something missing in the market. It was just like Hollywood, we need that like culture of alt fashion and, an outlet. And I don't know. I love fashion so much. I could talk about it in so many different aspects forever, but yeah, that was a big inspiration too, to like grow to where we are today.
Especially having it on Melrose, because there's been so many stores here, fashion related for so many years. So I could totally see that happening. Foxblood, how did you come up with that name?
I wanted it to be 2 words, so that was very top in my priority, and it was. I just thought about like a foxy girl, and like I loved the word foxy, and I still do, like a little fox or something like that. I just think that's a really cute feminine compliment. Like, she's so foxy. And then to make it a little more dark and mysterious, it was like Foxblood came about. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
it's like you said, it's an easy name to to kind of remember, and it stands out.
Yeah.
So I love it. So you're running a business. Is this something obviously you said you didn't go to school for business. How did you learn, or are you still learning, obviously, how to run a business? What is something that's been the hardest thing that you can tell people that people might not know about?
I don't necessarily believe in astrology a lot, but I am a Gemini, and they say they are two-faced. And I will say that I am very rare where you can be a creative and a businesswoman. And I didn't, it's very rare. You're usually one or the other. And somehow I got both sides of that brain. And I think just remaining a good person and sticking to ethics and following the rules and having a really great accountant and tax person has really, guided me through this. At the same time, like, I didn't want to grow too fast. It was a slow process.
Yeah.
When I think about it, like, we're almost about to turn 10. So it has been this like nice gradual process. And I also have another woman business advisor that I hired in 21, and she's really helped me keep things clean and in order. And those little things that are like, you don't want to hire because you think it's going to be this cost or X, Y, and Z, but it's really saving you a ton of money in the long run.
Having an accountant. Yeah, I think it's
a bookkeeper, somebody to just keep you a little more accountable, make sure your certificates are in order and all that stuff.
I think somebody else I think Love Painting Stitches told me the same thing, that they, ever since that was their thing, hire an accountant just to kind of keep the books in order.
Clean, yeah.
I'm bad with all that stuff.
Exactly. So I'm not going to say I was great in the beginning because I wasn't, but man, things are tight now.
No, yeah, because I'm just running my own business, and it's just hard for me to keep track of it.
Yeah.
And learning, like you said, to do business as well as be creative.
Yeah.
It's two different things, and sometimes I don't want to deal with the side of the business.
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean?
But then you hire somebody to do those kind of things for sure, and go about your day.
Yeah.
Where your time is used wisely. Yeah.
And what else has been like something what is the hardest thing about running a business?
The hardest is like hiring a staff is difficult. Hiring some people that you really love and trust, and you want them to all vibe and get along together. And that's the scariest part, is bringing somebody new into the team, but it's also necessary, So it's very rare that we have a turnover, honestly, at Foxblood, because we all get along really well, and we, everybody's very well taken care of.
I think people don't take that to account too, because I think if you're happy somewhere and it's a good vibe, you kind of want to go to work.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter how much money you're making, as long as you're paying bills.
Yeah.
But sometimes you go to a job where you don't get along with people, which I've had many of those.
Yeah, me too.
Where I'm like, I don't even feel like dealing with my boss or this person or whatever it is. But at the same time, it's like, well, I got health insurance and I'm getting paid okay.
Yeah.
But I think that's very important.
Most of the time, I don't even feel like a boss, because we're all so collaborative and we work together so well. When people try to be like, oh, well, you're the boss or blah blah blah, I'm like, oh, I hate when you say that. I hate it. Yeah.
I know you don't strike me as somebody that's like the boss.
No,
you know what I mean? You're just like, I feel like you just work here.
I work here. Yeah, I work here with a really cool team. Yeah.
Being in this space, have you had any ghost experience? I always ask people these ghost stories. It doesn't have to be here, but do you have any ghost stories to share, that maybe something paranormal has happened to you?
In the downtown spot, we had a lot. I haven't had anything here, thank goodness. This vibe was really good, actually.
Okay,
we were vibing places out. We definitely had some bad vibe locations that we were looking at before we landed on this one.
Oh, okay.
But downtown, we were in this giant warehouse building, and that place was creepy as fuck.
Oh,
we would not go there at night. We would not touch the elevators at night. It was just... Definitely some things happened in there. It was just weird sounds and the cold drafts and things like that in the big downtown.
Was that what you were working at that one?
Yeah, and it was Santee and 9th.
Oh, I know where that's at. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that whole area is very spooky and vintage and very...
And kind of
industrial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. It could be scary at night. Then.
Yeah, absolutely. None of us would go at night. It was too weird.
No, hell no. But nothing else besides that?
Not that I can think of here. I don't spend enough time at the warehouse. I wonder how the warehouse vibes are going.
It's always the warehouse that seems like there's something weird going on, or some kind of spooky thing. And then what are some of the I know you carry a lot of brands here, but you said you also have somebody that does that creates designs here, and that's something you have here upstairs, correct?
Yeah, so we have a whole creative team. It's not me by any means. Like, all of this is not done all by me.
It's not all done by you?
No,
Wow.
not even close. Which in the beginning, yes, it definitely was. I was designing everything, even hand making things, and shipping out of my apartment. But now we have this great creative team. Like, if we're just specifically talking about the design team, it's myself and Gina, who does. So there's so much that goes into design. And then Hayel is our newest hire, she's an incredible designer as well. And the three of us always design together, and then we do all the fittings together. So we always fit on an extra small, a 2X, and a medium. And that way we know all of our clothing looks good and fits consistently across the board. So we do extra small through 4XL. And that's huge. You don't probably realize that as a man, but that's very difficult to do for women shopping. Like, that doesn't exist. It's very, very difficult. So that's one of the things that we're most proud of. That takes a whole village to make that happen.
Yeah. And you guys do that here or somewhere else?
So the designing all happens here. We have production that's done here. And then I also have a factory that's family owned in Istanbul that I have a hand in, which is really fun. So I get to go to Istanbul and work there with them. And yeah.
Okay. And then they'll do it there, and then designs come in here. That's cool. That's you kind of keep everything like local.
Oh, I need to be able to physically walk into anything that we produce at any time. I'm going to walk into your factory unexpected at any moment. So everybody knows that. And I do.
Yeah, just to make sure everything looks good.
Yeah, of course. And everybody's being treated well, and, no one's in a weird mood or.
Yeah, because there's no another state or somebody else doing things. And I like that you're doing all that like here, you know what I mean?
Love supporting the LA community. I love it. I love the factories that we use in LA too. They're all family owned and operated, and it's like constantly just, I don't know, that's the best too. I love LA culture. I love keeping the funds here too. So.
No, yeah, totally. What are your goals for next year to do with
Ooh.
Foxwell? Do you have any
You want
goals?
some good tea?
Yes.
You want some good tea that I haven't even spilled publicly yet?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to open a New York City store. Yeah, that's the 2025 goal. Yeah, it's going to happen.
Where you came from.
Yeah, it's finally
That'll be
time.
good.
Yeah. So that's very exciting.
Foxsplit's growing.
Yeah, I've already had a bunch of meetings, and we're looking at a bunch of places, and
nice.
I'm really, really excited about it. I can't wait to be bi-coastal like that.
You're gonna be so busy.
I'm like really excited about it.
But that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so that's the big 2025 goal.
And you have a photographer that does all the photo shoots for
so
here as well.
So kind of. We this has been like a DIY project from the beginning. So we all lightly taught ourselves photography.
Oh, that's cool.
We were taking iPhone photos in the beginning in 2018 and making it work. So we've taught ourselves photography, and then we do have real specialist photographers come in every once in a while for campaigns or whatnot. And then I have a photo editor in Portland who's another woman named Elise. She's incredible. She's really the one that streamlines the aesthetic of the imagery across the brand. So yeah, we take the photos and we send them out to Elise, and she makes it all consistent.
Just so it all kind of looks like aesthetically kind of the same and not like different. And that's on your website as well.
Yeah, website, socials. And then I have Amy, who's been with me, my very, very first employee. And she can run this company if she wanted to. But her current role is like, she's seen it all. She knows whatever it is. She's social media manager. So she's doing a lot of the video content and things like that.
Yeah, because like I said, I think I was telling you, like I like watching the live stuff when you guys go live. Or even afterward when you guys post it. And it's kind of just fun to watch because that's where I started learning. You guys have a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And you were also telling me about, let's talk about the TikTok thing, because I'm so new to TikTok and the TikTok shop.
Yeah.
Like I said, I always get like hit up for, if you just watch it for more than 30 seconds, that same advertisement keeps coming at me.
Yeah.
So there's like been like, the one that's like keeps coming up is the one, the tire pressure, like, you don't need that. You could just like put the air in with this little thing and carry it in your car. I'm like, because I was looking at it, I go, that might be something I might need. I go,
they're gonna keep showing you.
I didn't trust the TikTok shop because I'm like, this seems kind of weird. It's not like I've never bought anything off there. So you were telling me a little bit about it, that it's totally legit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of where it's at now.
Yeah. I really do believe Meta and Instagram completely killed their platform.
Totally.
You're just throwing advertising money out the door. They don't care either. They don't care about their actual brands or customers that are paying the advertising, where like TikTok has always been kind of white glove with us. They've welcomed us with open arms. They've helped us like set up everything from A to B. I have a meeting with them bi-weekly that like they really care, you know, and it's just been amazing. And, you know, we've grown on TikTok, surpassed our Instagram followers that we've been growing for 11 years, surpassed it within a year. You know what I mean? So it's just like the growth versus Meta is just insane. And it's satisfying too. It's like way more fun to be there. People are chatting. People are like engaging.
Yeah. There's a lot of like live feeds on there. Yeah. It's constant. So I'll be going through it and I'm like,
there's 3 million live streamers a day on TikTok.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How often do you guys go live on there?
I'd say like 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not bad. No, it's honestly though whenever we feel like it. It's like you kind of need to be in the mood and have the vibe. Yeah. And yeah. So it's usually
you do the live or somebody else?
I do, and then we have this other amazing girl named Jess Adams, who's an actress here in LA. But you know, as every actress, you wear many hats. So she and she's a goth girly too. So she comes in and we do our lives and we
that's awesome.
Goof off and try on clothes and talk to customers and yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check the TikTok thing a little bit more out and trust it a little bit more because, like I said, I didn't know anything about any of that.
And
stuff.
even if like, I feel like I'm adding for TikTok right now, but like even if you buy something off there and you don't like it, you return it really easily. Like they're really pro customer there. So yeah.
I didn't even know that. Mm-hmm. What's going to go on with them next year? Because they were talking about like they're going to shut it down.
I don't know exactly, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think now with the new administration switchover, I heard, I don't know, this is all just like hearsay, but I heard that he's canceling everything that Biden was talking about with that. I don't know if that's true or not. This is just what I heard people gossiping about on TikTok app lives, you know? So
yeah, I don't know. I think it's because they don't, like, there's no, like, nobody's controlling it here.
Yeah.
But it is a platform that just grew kind of out of
I just don't think it's going to, I don't think they could take it away. I think it's supporting too many American families at this point, honestly.
No, yeah. So. I got, like, it's hard to get like a social media like to go up and running and be successful. I mean, Facebook, what they did, you know, they bought out Instagram, and then there's really been nobody really to challenge that. No. In so many years,
this
you know.
Is it.
And this is
they sure are. Yeah.
And they're the only one that are, okay, there's Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter
it's
or
gone.
X.
It's dead. And
I don't really use that. I mean, and
I deleted mine like a month ago.
I started on Threads, and
that's fine.
That's fine to me, but like, there's been no other platform that's come and taken over social media like that, and I think we're looking for another one. You know what I mean? Something else that's like.
There's always going to be growth, which is kind of cool. Like I like that we live in that generation where we can have our little worlds in our hand, our little pocket worlds.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Lindsay. Well, we're going to end the podcast here, but I did want to thank you for, and we're going to do a little tour afterwards. But I did want to thank you for coming on the podcast and talking to me, and yeah, I want to walk around and check out your shop.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it.
So you can find us at foxblood.com.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, go ahead and give your shout outs and your socials and where can everybody find you?
Foxblood Shop on TikTok and Foxblood Shop all over the place. But yeah, foxblood.com, and we're here on Melrose, 7262 Melrose Ave from noon to 6 daily.
Nice. Yeah. And is it 7 days a week?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. No days off. Good.
No, it's fun. It's for a while we were closed on Sundays, and Sundays are still a fun day over here.
I hate the days where I go to places and they're closed on a Monday or a random Wednesday. I'm like, why are you closed on Wednesday? Yeah. It's so weird. Like I just want consistency. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So that's why we were like, okay, forget it. 7 days a week.
I'm glad you're listening to the customer.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because I was always available.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
And stopping in, and I'll give you a full tour.
Okay, cool. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, Lindsay. All right. Hey, Lindsay.
Welcome to Foxblood. Come on into my crib.
The crib.
Here we are. All black everything. We're a little dressed up for the holidays right now. It's usually not as festive. But you can find lots of small makers, different artists from LA or around the country, mostly female owned and operated. You can find our entire collection in every size, extra small through 4XL. Everything will be here for you to try on.
Nice. I didn't realize they had leather jackets. That's awesome.
Yeah, we did these this year. These are oversized motos. A lot of these are unisex as well. This is
Oh, that looks cool.
This is our goth Penny Lane. Remember, if you remember Almost
Penny
Famous?
Lane? Yes.
So I wanted a goth Penny Lane jacket, so we designed that this year.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I really
Oh my
like
God,
that piece.
Looks good.
This is really cool. We introduced a lot of handbags this year. We designed bags. So this is a new offering for Foxblood. So the handbag situation. We really leaned into 90s nostalgia as well this year.
Oh,
so
I love that.
influenced by Goosebumps and Nickelodeon Slime. So that is something that really is close to our heart. Of course, we have like Halloween all year as well, because Halloween 24/7.
Hell yeah.
So this is Seance perfume. This is handmade in Burbank. And we even did a couple collabs with Seance. So they're really just, she says like hauntingly beautiful handmade scents. And they really are. They smell always incredible. This one was Big Top. We did this one and it's supposed to smell like a haunted circus tent.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like smoke and
That's
cotton
kinda cool.
candy. Yeah, because we did a lot, clowns are very cool this year. You know, we did a lot of clown stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have a signature Foxblood scent with them that is named Foxblood.
Ooh.
And it's made, I don't know where it is, but it's like black rose and patchouli and smoke, and it's a really beautiful scent. Everyone really likes that one.
I like this that you have this mystery prize here.
Yeah, it's always
so
something
creative.
a little different. It's always something a little different. Like a lot of the girls maybe even hand make some things, and
Okay.
we really don't know what you're gonna get. It's always something odd.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
This is another new offering that we're doing this year, and it was shoes. We launched a shoe collection and a shoe line, so we're super proud of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even this is something cool to talk about. Like a lot of boots like this that don't have laces, they're not very size inclusive if you have a thick calf, and a lot of girls suffer with that. So we may have a lot of shoes that are in regular calf and wide calf.
Okay.
So I'm actually really proud of that. This is very hard to develop.
These look great.
Yeah.
I love this. Oh my God. I didn't know you had your own shoes.
Yeah, that's a new offering this year.
Wow,
We're really stoked
okay.
on it. And then we have, if you come in, this is like all samples or one-offs. So if you're in the store, it's an in-store exclusive. You'll see like things that have never been released before or are coming soon. Like this one is very, very cool, and she'll be coming in February, you know? Like, but if you're here, you can purchase the sample because get it out of our office upstairs. It's still a great piece.
Yeah, it's a sample, so perfect.
Yeah. We love that about the
Cool, that's awesome.
Yeah. All black everything. It's so satisfying. We do say we are for babes that wear black, and it very much is everything black here. So this is our dress section.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Very, very aesthetically pleasing to if you're a goth girly to see all of the black in one area. Creepy Christmas sweaters for your ugly holiday party.
Oh, nice.
And even this stuff is all real art. We are very anti-AI art here. So this is all like requested from an artist, hand drawn by an artist, female artist, and then produced. So very, very anti-AI art here. Even this one, this Krampus one, that
one's cool.
Yeah, this is all her original art. Like people think this is a vintage Krampus, and it's not. It's actually a girl named Mel. So we commissioned her to do the art on this one.
What do we have here?
Okay, these are our family photos that we took in Salem. We also have a location in Salem, Massachusetts.
You have a location there?
Yes, we have a location
I didn't know
inside Die With Your Boots On. So it's a mini Foxblood.
Okay.
And we went and once the store had their grand opening last year, we went and we took our family portraits.
Our family portraits.
Yeah, and this is Laura from My Violet, which is our sister store, which is basically the pink version of My Violet. So there she is, like a sore thumb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
These are great. I love this.
This is Misha. She runs the warehouse. Shout out to Misha. This is Gina. She's in the design team. Amy, who's been with me forever. She's my first employee. And Elise, who's in Portland, doing all the back-end photography creative work. So,
nice. Cool. Well, this is amazing. And I love your shop.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the grand tour.
Of course.
Taking me to your crib, so.
We're here noon to 6, 7 days a week.
Well, thank you.
7262 Melrose Avenue.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Yeah.